Namaste. In 1857, India rose in anger, but by 1858, the British had crushed the rebellion. The East India Company was dissolved and the British Crown officially took over governance. Queen Victoria made a promise. We hold India for the benefit of Indians, but promises, as we know, are often broken. So what happened next? Between 1858 and 1905, India did not explode again in rebellion, not yet. But in that silence, something deeper was happening. The brutal suppression of the 1857 revolt left the country shocked, afraid and disillusioned. But it also led to reflection. Why did we fail? How can we prepare better? How do we reclaim our identity? This was the period of political awakening. After 1858, the British got smarter and stricter. Their policies were designed not just to rule, but to break unity. They divided communities, Hindus versus Muslims, caste versus caste. They created an anglicized elite class, educated in English, loyal to the crown. They implemented economic policies that would drain India's wealth, what Dadabhai Naoroji would later call the drain of wealth. India became the raw material supplier for Britain's industries and a dumping ground for its goods. Indian industries collapsed, famines worsened, farmers drowned in taxes. Yet, the resistance this time didn't come with swords, it came with ideas. This era gave birth to the first generation of modern Indian leaders, thinkers, reformers, educators. Raja Ram Mohan Roy had already lit the flame of social reform. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Jyotiba Phule and others pushed for education, equality and justice. The Indian press began questioning the colonial rule, giving people a voice. Slowly, the educated class, lawyers, teachers, clerks, began seeing that the British rule wasn't about development, it was about control. Then came a moment that changed everything. In 1885, 72 Indians, including Dadabhai Naoroji, Firoz Shah Mehta and W.C. Banerjee, gathered in Bombay to form the Indian National Congress. They were not rebels, not yet. They were moderate nationalists who believed in dialogue, petitions and peaceful reforms. They asked, give Indians a role in administration, protect Indian industries, treat Indians equally under the law, reduce taxes. It was the beginning of organized political action, not just isolated revolts, but a national platform. But the British hardly listened. Reforms were delayed, denied or diluted. As time passed, the youth of India began growing restless. They saw the moderates as too soft, too slow. A new idea was emerging, assertive nationalism. A belief that freedom must be demanded, not begged for. And by 1905, that idea would burst open with the partition of Bengal, triggering protests, boycotts and the rise of leaders like Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Lala Lajpat Rai and Bipin Chandra Pal. So, what was the period from 1858 to 1905? It was a silent revolution, not of swords but of speeches, not of fire but of formation. It was the foundation, intellectual, emotional, political, for the mass movements that would follow. Sometimes, the quietest times are when the deepest changes happen. The fire of 1857 had not died, it had gone underground. And by 1905, it would erupt again. This time with sharper clarity, greater unity and unstoppable strength.